if you're walking down the street and you see a Dunkin' Donuts, well, the hair doesn't stand up on the back of your neck. But if you go down the street and you see the Fiend, yeah, well, that's a different story.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3, back once again on the Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel with the legendary Dutch Mantell. How are you doing, Dutch?
Well, I wish we could have done this at regular time. Now I'm missing my favorite show on HBO. It's about the medieval people. I even forgot the name of that. But
House of Dragons?
House of Dragons. It is pretty good. I was a big fan of it.
Of Game of Thrones?
The other one took them a year to come back. But it's like wrestling, it's once you like it, you'll always like it if presented to you in a reasonable, halfway believable fashion.
And that's a perfect.
You said, "Oh, you believe House of Dragons? You believe that?" But in the way they tell it, yes, I can believe it. And so I suspend disbelief for 1 hour, and it works.
And I
think if more people did that with wrestling, better off we'd be.
Very true. And that's a perfect segue to talk about a person that does make a lot of people suspend their disbelief when it comes to professional wrestling, and that is Bray Wyatt. He returned to WWE. He was the ultimate reveal of the White Rabbit mystery that has been creating a whole bunch of buzz, been getting increased viewership for SmackDown, and Bray Wyatt revealed himself in one of the most well-done, well-produced returns that WWE has done this decade, let alone this year. But Dutch Mantell, I know you are someone that have had your criticisms of Bray Wyatt in the past. What did you view the return in itself, and what do you view what's going to happen following up?
The return was spectacular. But let's put that in its proper context. They've had 6 weeks to prepare this. So it's like making a mini movie. Well, not quite, but still. And they promoted him for 6 weeks, 5 weeks anyway. So the people were ready for it. So when they saw that in Philly, all of a sudden they knew he was coming. Yeah, they're going to get up and they're going to yell and they're going to cheer. But that's not the test of Bray Wyatt and the Fiend. And I have a lot of questions about it. I think, how do you book this guy? If he is a supernatural being, you're going to put him with just a regular guy. The way I would book him, I would use that old Hulk Hogan formula. Only use him on TV for big things. Actually, for him, in-ring appearance. You can do his other stuff all the time. Because you remember when Hulk was coming along, you never saw him on TV. If it meant something, yeah, you saw him on TV, so he wouldn't have great ratings. And I am sold on the Triple H creative. I mean, with him being a head of creative. But Bray Wyatt is a tricky situation. And the fans love him. You can almost do anything with him except kill him. You can't kill him anyway. But I'm just worried about how they're going to use him going forward. Remember, I had the same concerns about Cody Rhodes going forward. Then he got hurt, but it looked like they were following getting him over. And I think if he hadn't gotten hurt, I think, yeah, he'd be over. Because guys can get over if creative don't do something this 1 week and then leave them off 3 weeks. And then come back and put them back on and then leave them off, or not maintenance talent. See, a lot of talent, they get introduced and not no maintenance done with them on the weeks they're off, and people forget about it. Yeah, and the Bray Wyatt thing, it remains to be seen how he is going to get over. But let's put ourselves in the spot of creative. What's his first match? who they going to work him with? Remember we talked about how shallow the bench was? It's still just as shallow. Now
he has more matches, more options because he's been gone for so long. I would think that, following up from him coming out after the fight pit at WWE Extreme Rules and making his return at the end of the show, the last person that we saw on camera before his return was Matt Riddle. If they want to go in the direction of him being a heel, Matt Riddle's a good guy for him to go against. If they want to go the route of him as a baby face, I think that would be an interesting route to go with Seth Rollins, where Seth Rollins and him have that history, and that fits in what the Fiend was doing before, and Bray Wyatt can fit that in his new character.
So what is he coming back as? What would you say? The Fiend?
I would say, based on that reaction, that monster reaction he got in Philly, they should keep him. I would keep him neutral, where he can attack anybody. I would just make him that type of guy.
Yeah, but he will always be the babyface, kind of.
You think so?
They like him. You heard the pop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, were you there? Did you go?
No.
Well, I was just watching it, and the crowd just erupted. Of course, this is after 6 weeks of promo time and people waiting for him. Oh, here he is. Yeah, I'm going to get up too. But it remains to be seen how creative handles this. And I'm going to say, if they screw this up, I mean, they could screw anything up. This is almost tailor-made not to be screwed up. But, and even I don't think it will be. I think Triple H's regime is a lot different than Vince's, and I think this will go well. But it remains to be seen. I'm interested in seeing where they go with it. But I did like the introduction. Classic introduction, and kind of made your hair stand up on the back of your neck a little bit. And that's how you connect with fans, because your hair doesn't stand up for no reason. I mean, if you're walking down the street and you see a Dunkin' Donuts, well, the hair doesn't stand up on the back of your neck. But if you go down the street and you see the Fiend, yeah, well, that's a different story. So I like it, but still I'm not completely sold on how he's going to get over. I think he will. But even if he doesn't, look at all the merchandise sales that guy's going to have. It's going to be through the roof. So I like to see his Christmas check. It'll be that quarterly check for the royalties. It'll be in the, well, I don't know. It'll be in the six figures anyway. It's six. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm okay.
I'm sure of that for sure. Like I said, one of the best things WWE has done in 2022. Definitely something that Triple H's regime can hang their hat on.